Hello. So, welcome to the email camp message mania session, the ultimate tag team, email and SMS. I am Elizabeth Jacoby. I'm an email marketer. My consultancy is Mocha Bear Marketing. I have been in the email marketing automation space for over 20 years, and I have a true passion for the customer journey and how you can really make both of these channels, which are my two favorite, email and SMS, work together. So as we go along, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat booth. I will be answering them as quickly as possible. So let's get started. So both email marketing and SMS marketing are really about the right message, the right channel, and the right time. So I think we all know how great email is and all of the amazing stats that we have been hearing for years. But I want to talk today about a few stats for just SMS. So the open rate for SMS is incredibly high at 98%. And between 2001 and 2002, there was an increase of consumers wanting and opting in to SMS from brands that they followed by 26%. And 85% of consumers who opt in for the SMS channel are also opted in for email. So I'm going to talk later about a case study having to do with this. But for now, just take a quick look at those stats and see how powerful it is. So, email is a great channel, SMS is a great channel. But the whole reason we're here today is that these channels must work together. It is truly about the customer journey. And again, sending the right message at the right time on the right channel. So both of these combined are the ultimate tag team. When people are opted in to both your email program and your SMS, they're 2.4 times more likely to purchase. And the reality is, marketing, yes, it is about building a customer relationship, but the end goal is we want people to purchase. When you combine these two channels, creating the ultimate tag team, you are building stronger customer loyalty. There's a big increase in the conversation. You can send last minute reminders on both channels. Increased segmentation. You can learn a lot about your customers and your subscribers depending on what channel they're on and utilize that information for better segmentation on one channel or both channels. And together, both of these channels build the ultimate customer journey. So I want to talk first, before we go into some examples, about a case study about creating the ultimate tag team. I had a client that I was working with, and their main goal was that they wanted to avoid the batch and blast that so many brands do. They really wanted SMS to be a unique experience for their very best customers and very best email subscribers. So, what did we know before we started launching SMS? We knew that the email audience was incredibly loyal. We had super strong engagement on the email channel and very high conversion rates. We also knew that at first we were only going to be promoting the SMS program to those in the email channel. And we really wanted to make sure that the only people that could opt in, that we knew that they also had an email address so we could tie it back together. So, how we created the tag team. When we launched, the engagement on SMS was super high. I was actually shocked. I'm kind of a data nerd, so I was watching the comments and the interaction from the first SMS launch. We had people replying to the text messages, asking questions, but we continue to want to restrict the communications and really only drive the best messages on SMS. So, what did we see a few months after we launched SMS? Keep in mind, we were keeping the SMS program small, we were keeping it very segmented, and it was truly only the best offers or the most important information. Those who were opted into the SMS channel only 1% of them were buyers. Those who were opted into the email channel only 24% were buyers. But what's super interesting is of those who were opted into both channels, 51% were buyers. So, really, having people opted into both channels and creating this really strong customer journey with reminders and the best messages, we were making sure that we knew who our best customers were. So, this was a huge win on creating the ultimate tag team. So, you really want to leverage the strengths of each channel by developing a very specific framework. The batch and blast days for both email and SMS are over. The strategy is key. So, let's talk about strategy development. When you start to think about the messages that you're going to send on both channels or one channel or the other, you really want to think about what type of messaging you're going to send. You want to think win back, abandoned cart, and then what are the general marketing messages that you will feed people on both channels? You don't want to send the exact same message on email and on SMS. And keep in mind, SMS only allows for a much smaller number of characters. So you need those messages to be super concise. You also want to think about audience segmentation. You want to coordinate your messages to complement each other and use the data from both channels to create better segmentation. Then, platform selection. You really want these channels to work together. And yes, you may be on one platform for email and another platform for SMS, but you want to make sure that you can tie that customer data together because creating a unified strategy is key. Automations, flows, and journeys is another thing that you really want to consider as you're building out your framework for these two channels. You want to consider those who are opting in for both channels and create a unified journey versus those people who are opting in for one channel or the other. And then, as always, with all marketing, you want to monitor, track, and then optimize. Your strategy and plan needs to be revisited. While we all love to say that automation can be set it and forget it, that is not how we optimize. So, I want to talk about 4 examples now of brands that are really kind of creating this great SMS and email tag team. So, this is an example from CB2. I have been an email subscriber from them for a while, but I recently opted in for their SMS. And what I found interesting is even though I was already a subscriber, they asked me for my email address again. And I assume that's because they want to make sure that they can tie my email address and my phone number together to know exactly who I am and to talk to me as if I'm one customer and not 2 different customers. I then got the SMS confirmation asking me to, reply that I really did want to sign up. And then I got a welcome. Keep in mind, a welcome email, as we all know, is not only a best practice, but it's just kind of expected today. So is an SMS welcome. Then there's an abandoned cart email. So this is an example from Blue Mercury. I had carded something, I was signed into my account, and I abandoned. So about 4 to 6 hours later, I got the email with the image of what I had abandoned, asking me to complete my purchase. Then, because I didn't purchase, about 12 hours later, I got another message from them, this time on the SMS channel, asking me if I wanted to purchase. And I think today, because we're always kind of on the go, you may be on your computer while you're watching this, but later on, you're going to be out and about and you may be on your phone. So, really, you want to think about how you can maximize both your email and your SMS channels and make sure that you are reaching people with the right message and at the right time. And this abandoned cart from Blue Mercury was like a perfect example of that. Then another one from Blue Mercury. I'm a huge fan of them, but they're not a client. So they had a shopping party where you could get percentage off. And what I loved about this is I got this email and I was at a conference. I sort of ignored it. But then a few days later, I got a text message and this was from the manager of the store. And I thought it was super creative that they were inviting me in to shop their sale, and it was really personalized. All of these things in terms of personalized, I mean, it was personalized that it came from the manager and they knew who I was, and I liked that. I thought that was great because I did miss the email, and getting an SMS reminder was perfect because I did go in and shop the sale. Early access is another great thing that you want to utilize SMS for. So you may have an SMS, you send an email out to your customers for a sale, and then you can also send them early access because, as I showed you in that case study, the best customers are likely those who are opted in on both channels and not just one or the other. So, thank you so much for joining this session today. I really hope that you got some ideas about how to create the ultimate tag team with email and SMS. And I'd love to answer any questions you have. So, please feel free to drop them in the booth chat, and I will be answering your questions throughout the day. And I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about how you're creating the ultimate tag team for email and SMS or any questions you have if you're looking to kind of get some tips on starting that framework. So, thank you so much for joining.